Hi viewers, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I am going to discuss about transformation of axis. So this is one of the chapters in APTS of Junior Intermediate and NCERT class 11. So CBSE class 11 also have this particular topic, right? So transformation of axis. So what is meant by transformation? So transformation means nothing but changing from one form to the other form, right? So here what we are transforming, so we are transforming the axis, right? So before getting into the chapter, so if you are new to this channel, so please subscribe the channel and watch the video till the end, right? So since this is the introductory part and it is the smallest chapter in intermediate, so which is also useful for the next upcoming classes of coordinate geometry, right? So please stay connected to the channel by subscribing and turning on the notification bell icon, right? Now let us moving on to the chapter. So transformation of axis. So transformation means nothing but changing from one form to the other form. So already in the movies, so we are having a movie named Transformers, right? So in that what will happen? So car will be transformed into a robot and a robot is again transformed into a car, right? So here we are going to transform the axis. So we are going to transform the axis. So already in a plane we can draw infinite number of axes. So we are having a chapter named coordinate geometry, so which is important, right? So in that we are having x-axis as well as y-axis, right? So that particular x-axis and y-axis we can transform in three particular ways, right? The first way is nothing but translation of axis, that means changing the position of the axis of the origin. Next, second one is rotation of axis, that means we are going to rotate the axis. Next, third one is combination of these two, so translation as well as rotation of axis. So we are going to discuss all these three in this particular chapter, right? So first of all we are going with the first one, translation of axis. So translation of axis, so what is meant by translation? So translation of axis is nothing but transformation of axis obtained by shifting the origin. So we are going to shift the origin to a given point in a plane, so without changing the direction of the coordinate axis is nothing but called as translation of axis. So here the most important points are nothing but shifting the origin and without changing the direction of coordinate axis. So the direction of the coordinate axis we should not change, so they should be in the same direction before what they are in, right? Next, only thing that we are going to do is we are going to shift the origin. So origin we are going to shift. So already we know in our coordinate geometry origin is nothing but 0, 0. So the point 0, 0 denotes the origin, right? Now in translation the origin point will be shifted. Now in all the problems, so wherever you get shift in origin, so that particular point we will be representing with h comma k, right? So wherever you get shift in origin point you will be representing with h comma k, and the original point, so if you are having original point, so that original point is denoted by point x comma y, whereas the transformed point, so new point which is being formed, so that particular point will represent with capital X comma y. In some textbooks we will be using x dash comma y dash, so in some books we have x dash comma y dash, so here we are going to use capital X and capital Y. Okay, so wherever you find these points, so you need to recall everything, right? So h comma k means shift in origin point, small x comma y is nothing but original point, capital X comma y is nothing but transformed point, right? So let us see how the transformation occurs and what is the relationship between these three. So shifting origin point, original point and transformed point. So what is the relationship between these three? Now we are going to discuss, right? So this is like a proof, right? Now let us see. So this is my, so this black colored axis are nothing but my original axis. So those are x axis and y axis I have considered in a coordinate plane. Now this is nothing but my origin point 0, 0. So these are my original coordinate axis, right? Now if this is my original coordinate axis, I am going to consider one particular point. So px comma y in this particular coordinate plane. Now so when I draw perpendiculars, so that is nothing but we call them as projections. So when I draw projections on x axis and y axis of original system, then this particular distance, so what is this particular distance? So from x axis we call this particular distance as y, right? Small y, because so the distance from the point onto x axis is nothing but y coordinate. The same way distance from point onto y axis is nothing but x coordinate. So this distance is x and this distance is y, right? So if this is x, then we can say that this is also x, right? The same way here what we can say, so this distance is small y, because the values we have small x and small y, right? So with respect to my original axis, so these are nothing but the measurements what we have. Now what I am doing is, so I am going to shift my origin point. I am shifting my origin point from 0, 0 to somewhere, and the coordinate axis. So since coordinate axes are parallel, that means the direction of the axis are not changed, right? Now when I shift this particular origin point to some unknown point, so let this unknown point be some h comma k, right? So when I shift this point to h comma k, so what will happen? Now with respect to this new axis, so everything will change, right? Now with this particular axis, so let us consider this point as p dash. Now this particular p dash represents my new coordinates capital X comma capital Y. So if I say this as capital X comma capital Y, that means what I can say? So for this coordinate axis, so which are in red dotted color, so based on that this particular distance I can call it as capital X, right? And this particular distance I can call it as capital Y, because this is nothing but the point which is obtained by transforming the coordinate axis. Now this is capital X and this length is capital Y. Now if I extend this particular axis onto my original x axis and original y axis, then I can say that this particular length is h, no? This particular length is h and this particular length is k, right? Now based on this, so this particular length is capital X, right? This particular length also will become capital X, because all are perpendicular to the same line. That means they all form rectangles, so their lengths will be equal. So if this is capital X, then this will be capital X automatically. This is also capital X. The same way, if this is capital Y, then this particular length is also capital Y. So from here to here automatically, so this particular length is also capital Y. Now this is k, then I can call this particular length as k. So from the figure, if you observe, this particular small x is nothing but, so from here to here only, no? So it is nothing but combination of these two parts, h and x, right? So from that what I can say, so small x is equal to, what I can write, h plus capital X, and at the same time small y is equal to, so here small y is there, so the small y is nothing but equal to capital Y plus k, right? So these are nothing but the things which we obtain from this particular figure. So when I shift the origin from 0 comma 0 to h comma k. So what happened here? My small x value, so small x is nothing but original point, small y is nothing but original point. So these points are being changed as h plus capital X and k plus capital Y, right? Now this is nothing but the derivation or the relation what we got from this particular figure. So this is nothing but the proof for this. So this proof is just to know how we got. We need to remember only these, right? So point in original system, point in new system. So only these two if you remember, so that's enough to solve the problems, right? Now here you can remember only one thing. So either you remember the original system or you remember the point in new system, because if you remember both, so there you again get confusion, right? So to avoid confusion, so what we need to do is just remember only one set of things. Either you remember the point in original system or you remember point in new system, right? So how to remember? So I will tell you how to remember. See, this is capital X, no? So capital X is followed by plus. Capital X is followed by plus. So whenever you are having caps, so when you are having big, that means plus. The same way here also capital Y, so followed by plus. So small x is equal to capital X plus h. Small y is equal to capital Y plus k, right? So here small x is original point, capital X is nothing but transformed point, h is shift in origin of x coordinates. The same way about y coordinates. So here we have, right? The same way if we are doing transpositions. So if I want capital X, then what I need to do? I need to transpose this h, no? So then I am going to get these, right? So any one of these things you remember, okay? So either you remember this or you remember this. So don't mix them up, right? Next, if I want h, so for suppose if I want h, what should I do? So h is equal to small x minus capital X. Small x minus capital X. The same way k is equal to small y minus capital Y. Small y minus capital Y, right? So all the relations we can obtain from a single set, right? So you are going to apply only these. So don't mess up with the other things. Just remember only one set, then that will be useful to you, right? Now let's move on to the problems. So let us see how we are going to solve these, right? See, when the origin is shifted to 4 comma minus 5, what he has given? Origin is shifted to 4 comma minus 5. By the translation of axis, find the coordinates of the point with respect to new axis. So he is asking you to find the points in new axis. So new axis means nothing but translated points he is asking. That means capital X and capital Y he is asking, right? So what is the first thing that is given? Origin is shifted to 4 comma minus 5. That means clearly what he has given. So h comma k. So h comma k is equal to, sorry. So what he has given? H comma k is equal to what he has given. So 4 comma minus 5. So for each and every question, h comma k is 4 comma minus 5 only, right? Now for the first question, so what he is asking you to find? So find the coordinates with respect to new axis. So new axis means I need to find out the values of capital X and capital Y, right? Now what he has given first one? So he has given 0 comma 3. So 0 comma 3 is nothing but small x comma small y, right? Small x comma small y. Now what I need to find? So you know the relation, small x is equal to capital X plus h, small y is equal to capital Y plus k, right? Now substitute the values here. So what I am going to get? Small x is nothing but 0. So 0 is equal to capital X I need to find, plus h is nothing but 4. So from this what I am going to get? So what I am going to get here? capital X is equal to minus 4. The same way here for the next one. So y is equal to capital Y plus k, no? So what is y here? So y is 3. So 3 is equal to, what is capital Y? That is what we need to find. Plus what is k given? So k is minus 5. So y plus of minus 5. So when I transpose, so already 3 is there. So this minus 5 will be transposed as plus 5 is equal to capital Y. So capital Y is equal to 5 plus 3 is nothing but 8. So from this what I can say? Capital X comma Y is equal to, so what are the answer? So minus 4 comma 8. So this is nothing but my answer for this. So for the second bit you can do it now. So minus 2 comma 4. So this is nothing but small x small y, and h comma k is given as, so h comma k, so what is given? 4 comma minus 5. So this is nothing but h comma k. So from this what I can say? Small x is equal to capital X plus h, small y is equal to capital Y plus k. So from this what is small x? Minus 2 is equal to capital X plus 4. So when I transpose, capital X is equal to minus 2 minus 4, which is minus 6. The same way here also if you gonna substitute, so 4 is equal to capital Y minus 5. So when I transpose, y is equal to capital Y is equal to, so this minus 5 I transpose, so 4 plus 5, which gives me 9. So from this capital X comma capital Y is equal to minus 6 comma 9, right? So 4 comma minus 5, third question, right? So what is given? Third question. So 4 comma minus 5. So this is small x, this is small y. H comma k is also same, no? So 4 comma minus 5. So h, this is k. So from this what I can find? So small x is equal to capital X plus h. So which gives me 4 is equal to capital X plus 4. So when I transpose, capital X will be 0. The same way small y is equal to capital Y plus k. The same thing here happens. So minus 5 is equal to capital Y minus 5. So here also capital Y is equal to 0. So what I got here? Capital X comma Y is equal to 0 comma 0, right? So here x comma y value is the origin of translated axis, right? So from this what I can say? So x is equal to x plus h, right? So 4 is equal to x plus 4. So for x, so for 4 how much should be added? 0, so that you will get 4 here. So from this clearly the translated point is nothing but 0 comma 0. So this is all about. So when he asks about new axis, so new axis means you will get new point. New point is generally represented by capital X comma capital Y. The same way we are moving on to the next question, and in the question what is he asking? The origin is shifted to 2 comma 3. So origin is shifted to 2 comma 3 means he has given h comma k value. So h comma k is 2 comma 3. Now and next what he has given, if the coordinate of a point P changes as follows, find the point in the original system. So he is asking to find out in the original system. So original system means what we need to find? Small x comma small y we need to find here, right? So from this question number 1, so what are the things that are given? So 4 comma 5 is nothing but translated point. Since I need small x comma small y, which are nothing but original points, that means indirectly he has given capital X comma capital Y, which is nothing but my 4 comma 5. So I know capital h comma k, I know capital X comma capital Y. So from this I need to find out small x. So small x is equal to capital X plus h. So capital X means 4 plus h is 2. so which gives me 6. The same way small y is equal to capital Y plus k. So what is capital Y? So capital Y is 5 plus k is nothing but 3. So 5 plus 3, 8. So from this clearly we have found small x comma small y, which are nothing but original, so point in the original system, so which is nothing but 6 comma 8. Right, next moving on to question number 2. So capital X comma capital Y is given as minus 4 comma 3 and h comma k is already 2 comma 3. So from this small x is equal to capital X plus h. So capital X is minus 4 plus h is 2. So minus 4 plus 2 is nothing but minus 2. Small y is equal to capital Y plus k. So what is capital Y here? So capital Y is 3. K is also 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So from this the point in the original system are nothing but minus 2 comma 6. Right? I hope you have understood. So please try to do it yourself. So for 0 comma 0, what would be the original point of translation? Right? So this particular point, so do it and comment in the comment box. Right? Now question number 3. So what he has given, find the point to which the origin is to be shifted. Find the point to which the origin is to be shifted. That means we don't know the shifted origin. That means we need to find out h comma k. Right? Now so that the point 3 comma 0 may change to 2 comma 3. So here this particular point, so that means this is original point. So this is original point x comma y is changes to capital X comma y, right? So small x comma y, we need to change it to capital X comma y. So from this what I can say, I need to find h comma k where small x comma small y and capital X comma capital Y are given. Right? So do you remember the formula? So what is the formula? Small x is equal to capital X plus h. Small y is equal to capital Y plus k. So first write down this formula and after that you can transpose based on what is needed, right? So from this what I can say, h is equal to small x minus capital X, k is equal to small y minus capital Y. Now substitute the values. So small x is nothing but 3 minus capital X is 2. Same way small y is 0 minus capital Y is minus 3. So 3 minus 2 is nothing but 1. 0 minus of minus 3 is 3. So from this what I can say, h comma k is equal to 1 comma 3. So you need to shift the origin to 1 comma 3 so that the given point 3 comma 0 changes as 2 comma minus 3. Now let's move on to one more question. See, so till now we have discussed about the translation of a point, right? So in this particular question, so what we are going to do is, so we need to find out the transformed equation. So till now we have transformed a point. Now we are going to transform equation, right? Now the origin is shifted to minus 1 comma 2. That means what he has given, so h comma k is given as minus 1 comma 2. And what is asking, so by translation the origin is shifted, find the transformed equation. So we need to find out the new equation, right? So new equation means it contains capital X and capital Y's, right? Now for that what we are going to do is, so first of all we need to change small x in terms of capital X. So what is the formula that we have? Small x is equal to capital X plus h, right? Now this capital X plus h already we know it is nothing but minus 1, right? The same way small y can be written as capital Y plus k, so which gives me capital Y plus 2. Now what we are going to do is, since I need transformed equations, So replace small x and small y with their corresponding values. Then this particular equation will be transformed. So what I am going to get? So in the place of x, I am going to write x minus 1 whole square plus y plus 2 whole square plus 2 times of capital X minus 1 minus 4 times of capital Y plus 2 plus 1 is equal to 0. Now on expansion, what I am going to get? Capital X square minus 2 times of capital X plus 1 plus capital Y square plus 4 capital Y plus 2 square is nothing but 4 plus 2 times of capital X minus 2 minus 4 times of capital Y minus 4 2s are 8 plus 1 is equal to 0. Now on writing as per their degrees, so x square plus capital Y square. Next, if you have x terms, so minus 2x plus 2x gets cancelled. Next, y terms, so plus 4y minus 4y gets cancelled. Next, constants, so 1 plus 4 5 5 minus 2 is 3 3 minus 8 minus 5 minus 5 plus 1 minus 4. Then the answer is x square plus y square minus 4 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my transformed equation, right? So when I transform this particular equation through a shift in origin of minus 1 comma 2, then my equation will become x square plus y square minus 4 is equal to 0. So if you want to write in some other way, then directly you can transpose that constant to the right hand side. So this is nothing but my transformed equation. So transformed equation means you need to represent in terms of capital X and capital Y, right? Next, for this equation we are going to find out the transformed equation. So for this, what I am going to get? So same x, same y, no? So I need to replace small x with capital X minus 1 because origin is not changed. For both the questions, same shift in origin. So small y can be written as capital Y plus 2. So substituting the same things. So 2 times of capital X minus 1 whole square plus y plus 2 whole square minus 4 times of, so 4 times of capital X minus 1 plus 4 times of capital Y plus 2 is equal to 0. Then on simplification, what I am going to get? So which implies 2 times of here x square minus 2 times of capital X plus 1 plus the same things what we got there, the same things we are going to get here also. So y square plus 4y plus 4 minus 4 times of capital X is 4 capital X minus of minus is plus 4 plus 4 times of y plus 8 is equal to 0. Now multiply this 2 with the terms which are in the brackets. So I can get 2 capital X square minus 2 2s are 4x plus 2 1s are 2 plus y square plus 4y plus 4 minus 4x plus 4 plus 4y plus 8 is equal to 0. Now writing the values. So x square terms only 1, so 2x square plus next is y square. Next x terms, so minus 4x is nothing but minus 8x. Next y terms, so 4y plus 4y is 8y. Next, so 2 plus 4 6 6 plus 4 10 10 plus 8 18. So my transformed equation is 2x square plus y square minus 8x plus 8y plus 18 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my transformed equation. So to identify So transformed equations are generally represented in capital letters, right? Next we are going to have the original equations now. So already we have done transformed equation now. Right now we are going to discuss about original equation. So the point to which the origin is shifted and transformed equation are given below. Find the original equation. That means, so what is this? So this is h comma k, right? So this is nothing but my transformed equation. So transformed equation. So transformed equation means nothing but these are nothing but capital X and capital Y. So from this already we know the formula, small x is equal to capital X plus h. The same way small y is equal to capital Y plus k, right? So these formulas you know, but what I need to get original equation, no? Since I need original equation, that means I need the terms in, so the expansion in terms of small x and small y. That means we need to take the values of capital X and capital Y here. So what is capital X from this? Capital X is equal to small x minus h, capital Y is equal to small y minus k. Now substitute the values. So small x is small x only, minus h is nothing but minus 3. Here y minus of minus 4, which is nothing but y plus 4. Since I need original equation, that means I need to replace these capital X and capital Y with small x and small y. That means here in what he has given, so he has given capital X and capital Y here. So on replacing these values, what I am going to get? Small x minus 3 whole square plus small y plus 4 whole square is equal to 4. Now on expansion, x square minus 6x plus 9 plus y square plus 4 2s are 8y plus 16 is equal to 4. Now writing the terms in order. So x square plus y square minus 6x plus 8y. Now if you transpose this 4, it becomes minus 4. 16 minus 4 is 12. 12 plus 9 is 21 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my original equation. So if this is original equation, then if I transpose the origin, if I shift the origin, then my transformed equation is x square plus y square is equal to 4, right? Now here we are given with a different origin, right? So we cannot directly take this, so we need to find once again. So from this, what I can directly take it as capital X is equal to small x minus h, capital Y is equal to small y minus k. So this is nothing but h, this is k. When I substitute, x minus of minus 1 gives me x plus 1. Next, capital Y is equal to small y, so small y minus k is minus 2, right? Now I need to substitute these values in the given equation, so which I am going to get it as, so x plus 1 whole square plus 2 times of y minus 2 whole square plus 16 is equal to 0. Now on expansion, x square plus 2x plus 1 plus 2 times of y square minus 4y plus 4 plus 16 is equal to 0. So on simplification, so x square plus 2x plus 1 plus 2 times of y square minus 2 4s are 8y plus 2 4s are 8 plus 16 is equal to 0. So this on rearranging and writing, so x square plus 2y square, next x term is 2x, y term is minus 8y, next constant, so 1 plus 8 9, 9 plus 16 is 25. So this is nothing but my original equation when my origin is shifted. So my origin is shifted from minus 1 comma 2, right? So these are nothing but the problems, so which are related to translation, right? Next, so one more problem. So find the original equation. So original equation means nothing but whatever the equation that he has given is a transformed equation. So this is transformed equation. That means, so what he has given, so origin is shifted to point 2 comma 3. That means what he has given indirectly, h comma k is given, which is 2 comma 3. Next he has given transformed equation, no? So we need to write in a particular way, right? Since it is a transformed equation, so it is better to write in capital letters, right? 17 capital X minus 7 capital Y minus 11 is equal to 0. Right, now we need to find out capital X and capital Y in terms of small x, right? So what is the formula? Capital X is equal to small x minus h, capital Y is equal to small y minus k, right? Now substitute the values. X minus 2, this is y minus 3. Now replace capital X with x minus 2, capital Y with y minus 3. Then what I am going to get? So x minus 2 whole square, x minus 2 whole square plus 3 times of x minus 2 into y minus 3 minus 2 times of y minus 3 whole square plus 17 into x minus 2 minus 7 into y minus 3 minus 11 is equal to 0. Now on doing expansion and simplification, what I am going to get? X square minus 4x plus 4 plus here 3 into x into y gives me 3xy. 3x into minus 3, it gives 9x minus 9x. So 3 into minus 2 minus 6 into y minus 6y. Next 3 into minus 2 minus 6 into minus 3. So minus 6 into minus 3 is plus 18. Next minus 2 times of y minus 3 whole square is nothing but y square minus 6y plus 9 plus 17x minus 17 2's 34 minus 7y plus 7 3's are 21 minus 11 is equal to 0. On simplifying here, so on removing the brackets, so what I am going to get? So I can write it as, so minus 2y square, so 2y square plus 6 2's are 12y minus 9 2's are 18. So this is the thing that I am going to get here, so that I am writing here, right? So what is that? Minus 2y square plus 12y minus 18. Okay, so this is the thing I am going to get here. Now finally writing down the terms. So x square term only one, so that is x square. Next y square terms, so minus 2y square. Next here we are having xy term also, right? So write down that xy term also, 3xy. Next x terms, so here minus 4x minus 9x minus 13x minus 13 plus 17. Minus 13 plus 17 is nothing but 4x. Next talking about, so y terms, so minus 6y plus 12y, which gives 6y. 6y minus 7y gives me minus y. Next constants, so 4 plus 18, so minus 18 plus 18 gets cancelled, so 4, so here 4 is there. Next, so 4 minus 34 minus 30 plus 29 gives me minus 9, minus 9 minus 11 gives me minus 20, which is equal to 0. So this particular problem is somewhat different, because in our previous problems we did not get xy term, so here we are having xy term, so that's why it is somewhat lengthy, right? So this is nothing but my original equation. So original equation means nothing but we will have the terms in small x and small y, right? Now let's move on to, so one more concept related to translation, so which is nothing but, so this is important result, so which we need to remember, right? The point to which the origin is to be shifted. So we don't know the origin, right? So shifting origin. So this is nothing but the point to where the origin should to be shifted, such that xy terms are to be eliminated. So xy terms means nothing but first degree terms, right? So first degree terms of this particular equation, ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. So this is nothing but non-homogeneous second degree equation, right? So this is a non-homogeneous second order equation. So this in this equation, so we need to remove this particular x term and y term, so which are nothing but first degree terms. So to remove these first degree terms, that means removing means nothing but eliminate. So if you want to eliminate these terms, so I need to shift the origin to this particular point, and here the condition is h square not equal to ab, so that we need to follow, right? Now we are going to prove this particular thing, right? Now here already in the question we are having h, right? So we cannot take the shift in origin point as h comma k, right? We will get confused. So for that, let what I am doing is, let origin is shifted to some alpha comma beta. So if you want to take alpha comma beta, you can take alpha comma beta, or some other letters you can, or some other symbols you can use here, right? So what I am doing, I am translating, so I am shifting the origin to alpha comma beta, right? Then automatically, so what I need to find here, so I need to take small x terms in terms of capital X. So that means already I know small x is equal to capital X plus alpha, small y is equal to capital Y plus beta, right? So instead of h comma k, we are going to get this. Now we are going to substitute these particular values in the equation, then only we are going to get the transformed equation, right? Then replace small x and small y. So let this be equation number 1. Then what I can say, so substitute in equation number 1. So when I substitute it in equation number 1, so what I am going to get, a into x plus alpha. So here x is capital, no? So capital X plus alpha whole square plus 2h times of capital X plus alpha into capital Y plus beta plus b into capital Y plus beta whole square plus 2g times of capital X plus alpha plus 2f times of capital Y plus beta plus c is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my transformed or translated equation, right? So in this particular thing, so what I need to eliminate, I need to eliminate xy terms. So for that, what I should do, so I need to expand this. So a times of, so this expansion is x square plus 2 alpha x plus alpha square, right? So when I expand x square plus 2 alpha x plus alpha square plus 2h times of, when I multiply this, so xy plus x beta plus y alpha plus alpha beta plus b times of y square plus 2 beta y plus beta square plus 2g capital X plus 2g alpha, next plus 2f capital Y plus 2f beta plus c is equal to 0, right? This is nothing but the expanded equation that I am going to get. Now since I need to eliminate the x term and the y term, so only consider those terms. So here I am getting x term, no? So this x term is getting multiplied with a. So that means, so what is x coefficient here then? So x coefficient, if I want, then other than capital X we need to take, so 2a into alpha plus here only x terms, So only x coefficient I need to take. So 2h into beta. So I am going to get 2h beta plus any more x terms. So here we have one more x term. So where I get 2g. So what I have got 2a alpha plus 2h beta plus 2g. So this is nothing but my x coefficient. Similarly, I can find out y coefficient also, no? So this is nothing but capital X. So capital X coefficient. So here this is capital Y coefficient. So since I need capital X coefficient and capital Y coefficient to be zeros, because if I want to eliminate, I need to have those coefficient as zeros. That means we are going to equate these values equal to 0. Right? Next, coming to Y coefficient, capital Y. So where I am getting capital Y? So where I am getting capital Y? So here, right? So 2h into y. So 2h into y coefficient I need to take. So 2h alpha plus next one more y. So here, which gives me 2b beta plus, so one more here, right? So which is nothing but 2 times of f. So if I want to eliminate these x coefficient and y coefficient, so x and y if I need to eliminate, so what I should do, I need to make those values equal to 0. That means I need to make 2a alpha plus, so what I got, 2a alpha plus 2h beta plus 2g should be equal to 0. So plus 2g equal to 0, and at the same time 2h alpha plus 2b beta plus 2f is equal to 0, right? So these are the things what we got now. So clearly in both the terms, so what do we have? So 2 is multiplied, so I can directly write it as a into alpha plus h into beta plus g is equal to 0. So since I need to eliminate, that means I need to make those values equal to 0. So here I am going to get h alpha plus b beta plus f is equal to 0. So these are nothing but the two equations. So this is equation number 2, equation number 3, right? So we got two equations. Now since what we have considered here, alpha beta is nothing but the shift in the origin, right? So that means from these equations I need to find out alpha comma beta values. I need to find out alpha comma beta values. So for that, what I am going to do is I am going to use cross multiplication method. I am going to use cross multiplication method. So by cross multiplication, so what I am going to do, so I am going to consider the coefficients, so alpha, beta and constant, so which is I am going to represent with 1, right? And after that, what I am going to do is I am going to start with the coefficient of beta. So I am going to consider h after g after a and again h. So likewise we need to start, so we need to start with the same letter and end with the same letter, right? Next, the same way b f h b. So this particular method is nothing but also called as YCXY method. So YCXY method means nothing but we need to take y coefficient, constant, x coefficient and y coefficient. Here instead of x and y we are having alpha beta. So to solve a pair of linear equation in two variables, so we are going to use this method, right? So after that, what we need to do, we need to do cross multiplication. Now from this, so first variable is alpha, so alpha by do cross multiplication, so h into f minus b into g is equal to beta by, so do cross multiplication, gh minus af is equal to here 1 by, so what I am going to get, ab minus h square. So doing cross multiplication, that is nothing but we will be using in determinants. So what we got, alpha by hf minus bg is equal to beta by GH minus AF is equal to 1 by AB minus H square. So from this, if I want alpha value, I need to compare with this. If I need beta value, I need to compare with this constant. Then alpha is equal to, this denominator will be cross multiplied with 1. So which gives me HF minus BG by AB minus H square, and my beta value will be GH minus AF by AB minus H square. So this is one of the important results, so that you need to remember. So whenever you get a second degree non-homogeneous equation, so there you are going to use this particular condition, right? So while solving the problems, so if you want to eliminate the first degree terms in a particular second degree non-homogeneous equation, then you can use this condition. So what is that? The origin should be shifted to HF minus BG by AB minus H square, GH minus AF by AB minus H square. So here denominator we have AB minus H square. Since denominator should not become 0, otherwise it is not defined, right? So that's why, so what is the formula? So HF minus BG by AB minus H square, GH minus AF by AB minus H square. So this is nothing but the formula. So this is nothing but the point, so that you should remember to solve the problems in a simple way, right? Now let us see one problem related to this. Since we have found the formula, so we are going to do one problem on this. So find the point to which origin is should to be shifted so as to remove the first degree terms from the equation 4x square plus 9y square minus 8x plus 36y plus 4 is equal to 0, right? Now let us see this. So what is the given equation? So 4x square plus 9y square minus 8x plus 36y plus 4 is equal to 0. Now write down the second degree equation what you have done earlier. So what is that? Ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. Now compare the coefficients. So what is a here? So a is equal to 4. Next, do you have xy term in this? So we don't have xy term. So 2h is equal to 0. That means h is equal to 0. Next, y square coefficient is b. So b is equal to 9. So these all are nothing but comparisons, right? Next, 2g is equal to x coefficient is minus 8. So from this g is equal to minus 4. Next, 2f is equal to 36. So f is equal to 18. Next, constant c is equal to 4. So from the equation, so we have obtained all the values, right? Now next thing what we need to do here is, so we need to write down the shift in origin point. So what is that point? So shift in origin point is nothing but, so what is the formula? HF minus BG by AB minus H square, GH minus AF by AB minus H square. So this is nothing but the formula, right? So once again, so let us see HF minus BG by AB minus H square, GH minus AF by AB minus H square. Now substitute the values. H is already 0, so anything multiplied with 0 is 0, minus BG. So where is B? So B is 9 into G is minus 4 by AB. So A into B, so 4 into 9 minus H square is 0, comma. So here also we are going to get the same denominator, so I am writing it the same. Next, what about numerator? So G into H. So H is already 0, so we are directly taking it as 0. Next, A is 4 into F value is 18. So here no use of C, right? Now what I am going to get? So 0 minus 9 into minus 4 minus 36. So minus of minus 36 is plus 36 divided by 36, comma 18 4s are, so which is nothing but minus 72 divided by 9 4s are 36. Now on simplification what I am going to get? So 1 comma minus 2. So this is nothing but the point to where the origin is to be shifted so that the first degree terms of the given equation are get will get eliminated, right? So this is one of the approaches, so where you can directly apply this particular point. So this formula you need to remember. So if you don't remember also, so you can do how we have done the proof in the earlier process, right? So if you don't remember the formula, so then also no problem. So what you can do there, so directly you will be replacing small x with capital X plus h and small y with capital Y plus k, and then you need to take the coefficients of capital X and capital Y and you need to make them equal to 0 and solve those linear equations, right? So the same thing here also, by using the formula we are doing. Okay, so this is all about translation of axis. Next, in the next video we are going to discuss about rotation of axis. So thank you for watching the video. So stay connected for the next video.